Not ready and not safe to go back into public schools. That's the thought of many New York City school teachers a week before in-person learning is set to begin. As the concerns grow, so do the number of teachers who have tested positive for COVID. CBS News' John Diaz has that story.
Safe education is a must.
With loud chants and even bolder statements written on posters, several teachers met today for another day of protests outside Grace Dodge campus in the Belmont section of the Bronx.
We do not trust the DOE to make it safe.
On the eve of the first day of virtual learning for public city schools, these teachers are calling for the whole year to remain online until buildings are safer or there's a COVID cure.
We know how dangerous COVID can really be for our students and how much trauma they've endured in the past 7 months, and we can't accept that to happen again.
The teachers say cracking a window 4 inches isn't going to help, despite what their union says, and cited deplorable conditions inside the 100-year-old building.
I've had asbestos in my classroom, we've had rats in our classrooms, we've had cockroaches in our classrooms. The sinks and the toilets have been broken for decades. So no, we don't have ventilation, but we also don't have basic sanitation.
After this teacher says he contracted COVID back in March and infected at least 11 others, he believes the whole school experienced firsthand neglect and mistrust of the DOE when it kept the school open and said it was
self-reported, even though they had confirmation in hand that I sent from Montefiore Hospital. Our building became a cluster of COVID, and nobody knew this.
Recently, at least 55 other DOE staff members tested positive for COVID-19, and now across the city, many teachers are preparing lesson plans outside, afraid to go in. This, as many schools may not have the number of teachers needed for blended learning. The union asked for 10,000, but yesterday the city announced just 2,000 more educators will be brought in. The mayor defended that today.
We got to make sure to balance. I think this 2,000 will solve the problem.
The mayor and the school's chancellor continue to stand firm that the city will be ready for the first day of in-person learning, which is scheduled for this Monday. From the Belmont section of the Bronx, John Diaz, CBS 2 News.
In a statement, the DOE said engineers have identified work that must be done at Grace Dodge campus, and those repairs are being made. The department vows classrooms will be safe on the first day of school, or they will not be used.